Spiritual awakening is often seen as a beautiful and peaceful journey, a path that brings enlightenment, serenity, and an unshakable connection to the universe. But here's the truth. Spiritual awakening can also be disorienting, unsettling, and nothing like you expect. Many people enter this process thinking it will be all love and light, but they soon realize it can bring just as much darkness. If the universe has drawn you to this video, you're probably curious about why that is, and we're here to uncover the unexpected side of spiritual awakening that isn't talked about enough. 1. The breakdown before the breakthrough. What most people don't expect is that a spiritual awakening often begins with a breakdown. You might lose your job, end a relationship, or face a personal crisis that leaves you questioning everything. While these events feel like they are tearing you apart, they're actually the first steps toward awakening. The life you built on false beliefs and societal expectations has to crumble so you can see the truth more clearly. It's the universe's way of shaking you up so you can rebuild on a foundation that is more aligned with your soul. This breakdown phase is terrifying because it feels like losing control over your life. You might feel like you're standing on shaky ground with no idea of where to go next. The emotions are raw, the pain is real, and nothing feels certain. It's in this chaos, though, that the seeds of spiritual growth are planted. What you don't realize at the time is that this disintegration is necessary for you to begin seeing beyond the illusions you've lived in. But right now it can feel more like punishment than a path to awakening. You won't immediately feel grateful for the breakdown. In fact, many people resist it at first, trying to hold on to their old ways, desperately clinging to the past. But the deeper you go, the more you'll come to understand that the breakdown is actually the universe's way of pushing you into the unknown. It's this very discomfort that helps you let go of your illusions and step into the truth of who you are. 2. Loneliness on the path. Another thing people don't expect during their spiritual awakening is the loneliness that comes with it. As you start waking up, your old friendships, social circles, and even your closest relationships can feel foreign to you. It's not that these people have changed. You have. You've outgrown old patterns of thinking and living, and that can make it difficult to relate to those who are still operating from the same mindset. You may find yourself spending more time alone, not because you want to, but because you no longer feel understood. This isolation can feel like a punishment, and it's often one of the hardest parts of spiritual awakening. There's an overwhelming sense of being an outsider in your own life. You'll question why, in your journey for deeper connection and understanding, you suddenly feel more alone than ever. But this solitude is where the real work begins. The space created by this distance from others is what allows you to hear your inner voice more clearly, without the distractions of external opinions or societal noise. Over time, you'll start to value this solitude. You'll realize that being alone isn't a sign of failure or loss, but a necessary part of your growth. In the quiet moments of introspection, you'll come to appreciate your own company and develop a deeper relationship with yourself. This phase of loneliness is temporary, and once you navigate through it, you'll find new connections that resonate with the person you've become. 3. Unexpected emotional roller coasters. While many expect spiritual awakening to bring peace and calm, the reality is often quite the opposite. You may experience intense emotional ups and downs that seem to come out of nowhere. One moment you feel connected to everything, filled with love and gratitude. The next, you're overcome with sadness, anger, or fear. These emotional fluctuations can be exhausting and confusing, especially if you were expecting only good vibes on your spiritual journey. What's really happening is that during spiritual awakening, buried emotions and traumas come to the surface for healing. These emotions were always there, hidden deep inside, but awakening shines a light on them. The waves of feelings can be overwhelming, but they're not here to hurt you. They're here to help you clear out what no longer serves you. The key is to allow yourself to feel these emotions without judgment, knowing they're a necessary part of your spiritual cleansing. Over time, the emotional highs and lows will start to level out as you process and release the emotions you've been carrying for years, or even lifetimes. The more you allow yourself to feel without resistance, the quicker you'll move through this turbulent phase. Eventually, you'll reach a place of inner peace, but you'll appreciate it more deeply because you've worked through the storms to get there. 4. The disconnection from normal reality. During spiritual awakening, One of the most unsettling experiences is feeling disconnected from normal reality. Things that used to matter, career success, material possessions, societal expectations, start to lose their importance. You may feel like you're living in a different reality than those around you, which can be disorienting. This is especially true if your entire identity was built around the rules of the old world. Suddenly, you're seeing through the illusions of societal norms and questioning everything. This disconnection can make you feel like you're floating in a limbo, caught between two worlds. You haven't fully integrated your new spiritual awareness, but you also can't return to the old way of living. It's a transition phase, and the uncertainty of it can be uncomfortable. But what you're actually doing is learning to live beyond the limitations of the physical world and into a broader understanding of existence. As you begin to ground yourself in this new awareness, you'll start to see that the disconnection was never about losing something. Instead, it's about gaining a higher perspective. The things that once consumed your attention will no longer have a hold on you, and you'll start to feel more connected to the truth of who you are, a being beyond the material world. 5. The collapse of old beliefs. One of the most unexpected and often frightening aspects of spiritual awakening is the collapse of old beliefs. Whether it's religious doctrines, cultural norms, or even scientific facts you held dear, awakening forces you to question everything. Beliefs that once gave you comfort and security start to feel limiting or even false. This deconstruction of your mental framework can feel like losing the foundation of your life, but it's necessary for your growth. When old beliefs crumble, it can feel like you're left with nothing to hold on to. You might feel lost or confused, unsure of what to believe anymore. This collapse is part of shedding the conditioning you've accumulated over your lifetime. It's a painful process because it strips away what once felt safe, but it also opens the door to a deeper truth. It's like clearing out an old, cluttered room to make space for something new and more expansive. As you continue on your path, you'll start building a new belief system based on your own experiences and spiritual insights. This process can take time, but eventually the uncertainty will fade, and you'll feel more grounded in your new understanding of life. The collapse of old beliefs is not an ending, it's the beginning of a more authentic way of being. 6. Facing your shadows. A major part of spiritual awakening that catches many people off guard is the need to face your shadows, those parts of yourself you've buried or denied. We all carry within us unresolved pain, fears, and aspects of ourselves we're not proud of, and spiritual awakening forces these shadows to the surface. This process is often called shadow work, and it can be one of the most difficult aspects of awakening. Instead of moving directly into the light, you must first confront the darkness within you. Facing your shadows means acknowledging uncomfortable truths about yourself, past mistakes, harmful patterns, or suppressed emotions. It's a deeply personal and often painful process, but it's necessary for healing and transformation. Spiritual awakening isn't just about expanding your consciousness, it's about integrating all parts of yourself, including the ones you've tried to avoid. This confrontation with your shadow self is crucial for real growth. Through this shadow work, you come to realize that the aspects of yourself you once feared or rejected hold valuable lessons. By embracing your shadow, you integrate wholeness into your being. Instead of running from your pain, you start to understand it, allowing you to move forward with a greater sense of self-awareness and compassion. This deeper integration ultimately helps you step into your power with authenticity and strength. 7. The unpredictable nature of synchronicities. One of the most surprising aspects of a spiritual awakening is the increase in synchronicities, those meaningful coincidences that feel too perfect to be random. You might start seeing repeating numbers, meet people who seem to know exactly what you're going through, or encounter situations that seem divinely orchestrated. These moments feel magical, like the universe is directly communicating with you. But they can also be unsettling because they make you question the nature of reality itself. While synchronicities can feel like confirmation that you're on the right path, they can also challenge your understanding of how the universe works. The more these events happen, the more you realize that reality is not as fixed or predictable as you once believed. This realization can be both exciting and unnerving. The universe is showing you that there's a deeper, more mysterious layer to existence, one that operates on its own terms and timelines. As these synchronicities continue, you'll start to trust your intuition and the flow of life more deeply. Rather than trying to control every outcome, you begin to see that the universe is guiding you in ways you may not fully understand yet. This sense of surrender and trust allows you to embrace the unpredictability of your journey, knowing that the universe has your back, even when things don't make sense at the moment. The more you lean into these synchronicities, the more they will reveal the hidden power of your spiritual path. Overall, spiritual awakening is often portrayed as a serene journey toward enlightenment, but the reality is far more complex. It's a process of breaking down illusions, facing your shadows, and navigating unexpected challenges. The path may not be easy, but it leads to a deeper, more fulfilling connection with yourself and the universe. If you've made it this far, let us know what you think in the comment section below. For more interesting topics, make sure you watch the recommended video that you see on the screen right now. Thanks for watching.